This is the Foreign Show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on a weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Well, hello, good evening, and welcome to Rangers Radio. Tonight, my name is Fox. I'm joined tonight with a heavyweight load of guests and Bridgeman, Jimmy from Knightswood, and of course Blue Star. Good evening, guys.
Good evening, folks.
Evening, folks. Jimmy, Bridgeman, and to all the Bears and Bluebells out there, good evening.
Can I say a huge good evening to you guys in the panel? Massive good evening to the boys in the lobby here. And to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
How we doing, Bridge? You looking forward to your cruise on the Waverley starting tomorrow?
The Waverley, the old paddle steamer, memories of the old Rossi, you know. Yeah, absolutely looking forward to it, pal. We're away, we fly down to London and then over to somewhere in Europe to get picked up and go on the big silver bird and then the boat. You know, so down the water, as they say, down the water.
Aye, that'll be a good time for you. How's yourself, Jimmy?
I'm fine, pal. I'm just a bit chilled out tonight. Doing a bit of gardening today, but the rain came down is halfway through, so abandoned ship.
Saved you.
Oh, no. I like to do a wee bit of gardening now and again, mate. Especially when you've got the vodka and the beers just handy on the wee table. So
nice,
I'm alright that way, yep.
And yourself, Blue Star?
Aye, I'm fine, folks. I was a bit like Jimmy. I was out in the gardening, cut the grasses and trimmed the fir trees, etc. So, aye, fighting fit, ready to go.
Well, the night we'll be talking about first, Steve Davis signs a 1-year deal with Rangers. And then later on, we'll be going on to the 1998-99 season, the start of the Orange Revolution at Ibrox. So we'll start with Steve Davis, I think. What do you think yourself? A year's signing, Bridge? Quite pleased with that?
I'm very pleased. I said I'm under no illusions. I think he'd be worth even 2 seasons, but he's got the 1 season, which is what they were started talking about in last season anyway. Last year rather, when we started talking about bringing him in for 18 months, but that couldn't be done. So he's got this is going to fill that 18-month gap in. So we've got him for another 12 months at least, and I think he'll get an extension to that. I hope there'll be an extension contract in there anyway, because I think he'll probably get 2 good years left in his legs. By the look of him, he's looking really, really good. Very pleased with it. Brilliant move. Well done to the Rangers management for getting that done.
Aye, fair enough. Jimmy, yourself?
Fantastic, mate. Like Bridge, I'd like to have seen him signed for a 2, but I'm happy. We've got him permanently for a season, and we'll see what happens after that. But I think we've all saw the last 3 or 4 games that he's come on to a game now, and he's not going to be the Steve Davis he was before, but he's certainly as near it as we can get. So, yep, happy days for me. I thought, what a great bit of news to wake up to this morning.
You're saying you don't think that he's no deceived Steve Davis that we knew before. He plays a different role now, Jimmy. He's merely a deep line playmaker now, taking the ball off his defence and getting forward when he can. I think he plays very, very well in that position myself. What about yourself, Blue Star?
Yeah, I would agree. A few weeks back, obviously, we know he was signed for whenever we got level in December, and it didn't quite work then, but it was obvious that the guy hadn't played enough games. And as you say, the first couple of games there, he was basically sitting like a sweeper just in front of the back four. And I think that role suited him really good. He's been taking the ball, and as you say, he's breaking whenever he can. He's got the intelligence and the skill to do that. So it can only be a great signing, you know. And a bit like the guys say, I think if it works, which it probably will, well, I'm sure it will. There's every chance you might even get another year as well. It'll all depend on next season, obviously. But aye, a great signing.
Well, he seemed a happy boy at Ibrox to do when he done his interview. So let's hear from the man himself. Come on, Stevie boy.
just sort it out. I've obviously thoroughly enjoyed, especially the last couple of months' performances. The team have been really good, and I think there's been a lot of progress made this season. Obviously disappointed we didn't manage to pick up any silverware to this point, but there's a lot to look forward to in the future.
Was there ever any doubt that this is what you wanted?
No, not really, to be fair. I think it was just a case of obviously both myself and the club getting the initial period out of the way, seeing how everything went. Obviously it's been different for me in terms of my family being back down south as well, so that's been different, so I'm delighted obviously to get it all signed and sealed.
Do you feel that now you've had a bit of a run in the team, you're starting to find your best form?
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed the season's coming to an end, in all honesty. Thoroughly enjoyed, as I said, the last few weeks. I feel like my performances have improved as well. I'm enjoying making an impact in the team, and I say a lot of positives.
Looking back, I know you'd played Kilmarnock just before it, but the 290 minutes you had for Northern Ireland in March, how important were they for your season?
Yeah, I think just getting consecutive game time did me the world of good. I spoke about it before and saying how hard it is to replicate the intensity in training to really prepare you for a game. So it was always about getting minutes in the pitch, and I always felt myself that I'd be able to make an impact in the team, and thankfully I've started doing that and I'm enjoying it.
How much are you enjoying the current system the team is playing, and the fact that it seems to get the best out of so many players?
Yeah, I think everybody is. I think it's obviously a little bit of a different role for me. I've played in that position a number of times for Northern Ireland over the last sort of 12 months as well. It's a position that I enjoy, obviously get an opportunity to get on the ball and keep the ball moving for the team. So I think everybody's bought into it really well, and the performances have shown on the pitch.
These 4 wins in the bounce you've had, the momentum that's come off the back of that, how important is this keeps continuing and building into next season now?
Yeah, I think it's only just the first steps. I think there's a lot of improvement we can still make within the team, but there's been positive signs the last few weeks. The most important thing for us is now to try and finish the season as strongly as possible. We've always got three remaining games. We want to go and try and win all of those, and obviously then that'll put us in a good position for pre-season to go again.
It's an exciting time to be a part of the club. Obviously already Jake Hastie, Jordan Jones have agreed pre-contracts, hopefully more players to sign ahead of that pre-season you mentioned. Yeah, I'm sure the gaffer will be looking to strengthen the squad in the areas that he can. Obviously you've mentioned a couple of names there that have already been confirmed, so it's an exciting time. There was a big turnaround obviously last year in terms of the personnel and the team. I think that'll do us the world of good. The squad, the main group of the squad's been together now for a period of time. We know how the manager works as well, so there's been a lot of progress made this year, and obviously we'll be looking to try and improve again. You obviously had great support from the Rangers fans in your first spell. You've had it, I think, since day one in your second spell. How much has that meant to you? Yeah, it's huge. It's huge, the backing you get from the fans. We know how important a role that they play. They're obviously the foundation of the whole club, so we're just trying to go out there and try and put on performances to make them happy, and obviously ultimately hopefully that'll lead to silverware. You kind of touched on it there, but you were obviously part of such a successful Rangers team before. Do you think that there's at least signs just now of we're kind of getting back to that level? Yeah, definitely. I think there's still obviously room for improvement, as I said, but the disappointing thing for us this season has been sort of the consistency and not putting that real run together within the league anyway, to go and really make a stamp for it. But I think there's been positive signs the last few weeks. It's important, as I say, we finish the season as strongly as possible. And if we manage to do that, then that'll give the boys a lot of confidence going into the beginning of the next season. And I think what this does do is officially bring a close to your time with Southampton. How do you look back on the fantastic spell you had there? Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a great club to be a part of. Obviously had quite a bit of success down there in terms of where we got the club to, and getting to cup final, getting into Europe as well. So it was a great place. I felt like I improved as a player both on and off the pitch there as well. So I've got nothing but good things to say about Southampton, and obviously delighted to see them secure the Premier League status for next season, and sure the club will go from strength to strength again.
Well, that was Steve Davis there. What did you think of that interview, Jimmy?
That was a good interview. I watched it today. He knows where his heart lies, and we all know that as well. You know, his first time round, he performed tremendously well, and he will do the same for us. I'm a wee bit disappointed, as I say. I'd like to see him have a 2-year contract, but the permanent 1-year contract obviously be an option to maybe sign on for another season. But we all know where his heart lies. He didn't want to leave Rangers. He told us that at the start. No, when they were a liquidation, rubbish happened. But yeah, I'm great to see him here for next season, Fox.
Okay, Bridgeman, we've brought in Jordan Jones and the young boy Jake Hastie. Is this the first of the quality player signings? Although he's
Yeah.
with us at the moment, but he is a quality signing for me.
Well, this is one of the two marquee signings we thought we were going to get in January. But after seeing them twice, and the mere fact that they never get picked, they weren't, shall we say, deemed to be match fit. So they only came on short spaces, and you could see they weren't match fit, and everybody knew it. So they're no good. There was no good getting upset. We just had to wait, see how they go on. But we were disappointed because we sunk a lot of money investment wise into those two players. And my goodness gracious, they're repaying us now, and I'm ever so pleased. Really, top quality player, top quality, and a lovely man. I think I told you I met him at the doctor's surgery, Dr. Jackson, the Rangers doctor. He's my doctor, and I'm in there, and Stephen Davis came in with his wife and his wee kid, and I was chatting away to him. A lovely guy, absolutely lovely. Well done.
Same question. You Blue Star first they were quality signings.
Oh, definitely, Fox. And the telling thing will be, well, it's no telling. It'll be great once a few of these players have all got a pre-season wears under their belt. As I say, obviously, whenever we got him, the guy wasn't up to speed because he hadn't been getting games. So it was only natural that it was going to take him a wee bit of time. But thankfully, he's there now, and it's all looking up and good for him. As I say, once a few of these players have got a good pre-season under their belt, you'll see their true form shining, so that's only good for the Glasgow Rangers.
Jimmy, would you class him as a quality signing? Or?
Oh, definitely. No, I wouldn't say he's a bit part player, I was absolutely ecstatic when we brought him back, folks, and I was disappointed that he never started the way I wanted him to start. But I think in the last 3 or 4 games, we saw the Steve Davis at Alf, and we all love to see play for Rangers. So I think come next season, once he gets a pre-season under his belt, I think he'll be a great player for us next season. No a bit part player. He will be a major part of our team.
Does any know? Was there actually a fee involved, Fox, or was he out of contract?
I think that was him coming out of contract. I know Jermaine Defoe had an 18-month loan contract with us. I think that was the end of his time at Southampton. So I don't think we've paid anything for him. But I wouldn't surmise that the wages will be high, but I don't think they'll be extortionate to Rangers. I think the boy's just looking to play at a good level, and the Rangers are in his heart, and he wants to finish his time here, mate.
Does any of you think that that might be the end of so-called midfield signings, or do you think there might be 1 or 2 more? It's just that I was looking today. If you take into the likes of Jones, I know Hasty will probably be a bit part. I get that, but we've actually got quite a few now. Whenever you think of the likes of Dorns and Murphy and that coming back as well, I know we could lose Kent, but we don't know that on that one yet. Do you think there might be another midfielder?
I think there will be. I don't think Dorns will play again for us.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's there now. I think his injuries have taken its toll, unfortunately. But so a lot depends how the gaffer sees. We know the way. He likes to play. So Kent is a bit of a mystery. We don't know what's going to happen there. But Graham Dorans, unfortunately, I don't think he'll play for us again. I think he's injury-prone player, so the gaffer might look to bring others in, if that's the case, but time will tell on that one.
Yeah.
Rudge?
I think he's, how can I say this? I think he's going to be, Davis is going to be the anchor man for our midfield, and I think another one midfielder, but a top quality one, to help him out, because you've got other good midfielders in there, and as you quite rightly said, there's a doubt about Kent being sort of joining us, shall we say. So it's a maybe, and it's you just don't know if he's going to be a loan, whether it's a loan or not. If he joins us, well done to Steven Gerrard again. And there's always the talk about some talk about Candias. Are we going to keep Candias? Is he going to be a bit player? And if he feels he's going to be a bit player, he's only got a short time left in his playing career. He might want to go somewhere and play, In that sense, I think he's 30 or something like that this year, maybe 31 or something, Candice. So he needs to keep playing. So he might want to get away. There's a number of things, but yes, I think we need to bring in at least one more. But it has to be quality, because the ones we've got aren't that bad. Well, they're playing very well at the moment. Thank you very much. So if somebody come in and play better than them, that'll be well done.
Yeah, I just think, folks. Sorry, I just think that it'll all depend on whether, i.e., Kent and let's be honest about Morelos, because I still think we need somebody that's like a number 10 that can break defences. But again, that could incorporate whether we get another good forward or, i.e., somebody in Kent's place. Do you not think so? Do you know what I mean? Rather than an out-and-out midfielder, if you had like another forward playing half a forward, that would incorporate taking in the number 10 role. I just think he might still be looking for somebody that can really break a defence open. But again, we don't know, because it'll all depend on Kent and Morelos, obviously.
I think I'm really keen on seeing this boy Jones playing as well. I think he's a smashing player, And each time he's played against us, he's done very well. He cuts in for the left wing and scores goals with his right foot, And the young boy that we've just brought in cuts in for the right wing and scores goals with his left foot. Or he has done anyway. So I think it's quite an exciting time for the youngsters that we're going to have on our team.
Agreed. It's just when our manager says, when he keeps using the word quality, I'm not 100% sure. You might be right, Bridge. I'm not sure that's what Stevie G's talking about. If we're talking about the likes of Jones, and I think he'd be looking for somebody that's been there, done it, that's mega experienced. If you know what I mean.
I don't think he'll be our last midfielder, mate. We're playing a kind of variation all the time, a 4-3-3. As I say, we alter it 4-2-3-1, or it can be 4-1-3-2. And we'll need different midfielders for different roles in the team.
Of course.
We've got a wee chance in the European League again, Europa Cup. We'll need different players for different positions, and that, I think, you take injuries into consideration. We lost Dorns, we lost Jamie Murphy last season, so I think you could possibly add a midfielder. We've also been joined by Stardog. I don't know if he's in to talk about Stephen Davis. How we doing, Stardog?
How you doing, folks? You alright, pal?
Not bad, pal. How's yourself?
I'm alright, mate. I'm alright. I'm in to talk about Stevie Davis. Good signing, so it is. Just wanted to echo what Bridgeman, I think it was, that said it last night. I think he's easily got an air 2 year in him, but having said that, folks, I think it's a sensible move for the club, giving him a year deal, giving his age. We don't know what can happen in a season. They could get injured, all of that. So it's a sensible move for the club. It's a good move and all, moving forward and things like that. So I'm delighted to get him out of the line, and I think it is the first of the quality through his door.
I don't think 34 is too bad an age either.
Easy to get 2 years in him.
Aye, I mean, they're Ronaldo at 34. You wouldn't knock him back, would you?
No, I wouldn't.
I mean, even wee Messi's what my age is. He's 32 or something like that, Messi. So he's getting on, isn't he? Would you knock him back?
I'd knock him back. We need a bit of strength and height in the midfield, mate.
He's too wee.
We need a bit of dig. You see that with the put in the lobby, boys? Bridgman loyal.
Yeah.
I tell you. Bloody old school's a shocker.
That's your double, I know. You'll be happy with that, Bridge.
Oh, I don't think he's mad, for God's sake. That's a big improvement in me.
Well, not to have a word with that boy, the staunchest, mate, and all that stuff he's putting on Twitter.
Good boy, folks, I think the pre-season will be mega interesting in the sense that I've been quite impressed with the way our management team have had the fitness of our players. Because one of the things I've noticed, especially in the last 4 games, and I'm not saying that just because we went in that wee run, but see, right at the end of the games, I've been impressed how we've we've been controlling games, and then when we've needed to, with every single player looks massively fit to carry on running right to the end of the game. Whereas we know in days gone past, some players have been a bit iffy when it's been coming into later stages. But under Stevie G, I think he's got them mega fit. And I think that's a great thing to see, that they're more than capable of going right to the death in games, you know.
I'd agree with that, mate. Anyway, hold on. If you want to join us or ask the panel a question, you can get us at 0141 356 1972, or you can join us on Skype at Rangers Radio Online. And if you want to talk about Steve Davis, please phone at the moment. Okay. As we were saying there, you were talking about Ryan Kent earlier on. Would you take him as a signing now? We know the boy's undecided. He's said that if he gets a permanent deal somewhere and the terms are good enough, he'll move. But other than that, he wouldn't mind some more time at Ibrox, according to what I was reading.
Yeah, I saw that today, but do you know, I know I watched the interview yesterday for the PFA Awards. I don't think we'll get him. I think there'll be other clubs in English Premiership, middle clubs, who'll look. Money talks. You know, he's not going to come to Rangers because he wants to win the Scottish Premiership or maybe have a good run in the Europa League. He's a far better player than that, and that's no doubt in Rangers, obviously. But I don't think we'll get him. I think there'll be a big fee involved for him. Maybe £5 million. Rangers don't have £5 million to buy Ryan Kent, because even if we did sell Alfredo, but I'd love to see him sign. But I've just got a wee feeling that's not going to happen for his folks.
He's the top of from a quality perspective. He's in the top echelon at Ibrox, and that's for sure. Of all the players that we've got now, he's up there among the top players. And it'll be a pity if we could get him for another year on loan. I agree with Jimmy there. It's going to be very difficult to get him permanent. They'd need to come out with some marvellous deal on the never that we don't ever have to pay him half and all that nonsense. You know that. But I just can't see it. We're saying he's a fantastic player. We're sitting here and we're just saying how good that player is when he plays for the Rangers. And, you know, for other people, as the boys said there, other people must be thinking the same thing. And they've got obviously more to do with football than we have, because they'll be coaches and you know, and what do you call them, scouts and all that. They'll be watching them. And so will Liverpool. Liverpool put was it a £12 million cost they put on them? They might raise it up to 14. You can get them for 6 or cash, you know, for cash only.
The only thing I'd say on that, guys, I'm agreeing with you on the money side of things, but going for what I've heard 2 interviews with him now in the last couple of days, and I've been mega impressed with what he's been saying. If anything, I would say that he's more or less putting it out there that he wants to stay with Rangers. Granted, if Liverpool put a fee on him, then quite frankly, they'll price us out. But there's just a chance Liverpool might turn around and say, well, wait a minute, we've already had him out in 4 loans. He's got another 3 years to go with him. They might just say to Stevie G, well, if he's going to get games in the Europa League, that's giving him a higher profile, and he hasn't been injured with you as he's lasted a season. They might just be prepared to let us have him on another year's loan. And by all accounts, he certainly sounds as if he wants to stay. There's no doubt about it.
I don't see it that way, mate. I know you saw the same interview as me, Blue Star, but if you remember, Ryan Kent's exact words was that I don't want to go back to Liverpool and go back out loan. I've done all that now. I want to have a permanent deal somewhere. And one of the best things I read at the weekend was Harry Redknapp. And Harry Redknapp had said that there's some young players who are in the periphery of first team football who are on between £50,000 and £60,000 a week. So I would imagine that Ryan Kent could command that type of fee for a middle of the table club in England. Probably not the top 4, but definitely the Leicester Cities and Evertons and things like that who can offer vast amounts of money. So I've actually thinking myself now that we're not going to get Ryan Kent.
No, I get that, Jimmy. And as you say,
I don't think
any of the teams can just turn around. Any team in the EPL or the Championship, let's be frank about it, they can turn around 10 million quid's like £1 million to us. Not even that. It's less. So if it comes to a fee, there's absolutely no chance he's getting.
He's making good noises that he wants to. The question was asked to him. Would you like to be at Rangers next season? He says, of course I would. But that all depends on what Rangers can put further together as a package. And I would say that after this season's finished, he'll go away for here as the young player of the year, hopefully, which I don't think there's any chance of him not getting that. And that'll be it. And I don't think we'll see him here again. I don't think he'll ever get loan now. Liverpool will sell him to somebody else and it'll be out of his hands.
He's a prime candidate for sale, Jimmy, you're right. He's a prime candidate. I hope, based on what I heard, I'm hoping that he doesn't do with that young lad that was at Celtic, did Paddy Roberts. And he stayed for a season and then he went away and he was offered, he was told this, that and the next thing by the people that was running him and helping him out. And unfortunately, he disappeared completely into some sort of black hole somewhere. Yeah. And his name keeps getting mentioned. Yeah. And it's all talking about what he did when he was with Celtic. And that's maybe a year. And they're getting on to 2 years ago. And he's still not going to make it. He's with Man City, and he signed with Man City, that boy.
But if we can't compare him with Ryan Kent, and the fact is that I think we have made Ryan Kent the player that he is now.
Yeah.
He had some bad loan deal, especially.
Yeah, absolutely, pal. Yeah, we gave him the platform to shine.
Yeah.
Celtic gave Paddy Roberts a platform to shine, and shine he did. But he thought he was going to do such and such, and I don't know what people told him, but he went away, and away he went. And I don't want Ryan Kent just to go away thinking he's the bee's knees. He's the bee's knees at Rangers, and Rangers should have, if they can, get him for another season, and for the boys' benefit as well, because another season with European football to back him up is a marvellous foundation for a springboard for his career.
I'm going to be honest here. Do we not think he's been overrated? He's had one reasonably good season at Ibrox. I wouldn't say he's been absolutely outstanding. He's had good games. He's had bad games. I don't see a Premiership side coming in for him at this present time. Maybe a Championship side would take a chance on him. This is the first season that he's done anything, guys. And we all know that English teams don't rate Scottish football, so they maybe no be in a hurry to try and snap this boy up when he's, according to what they think of Scottish football is, he's not done really that much.
Fox, the story going is left.
Hold on, let Stardog in. He's no spoke for a while, mate. On you go, Stardog.
Folks, can I just say that's what I've been wanting to say there for the past 5 minutes? Can I just echo what you've said there? I think it's fair to say, mate, that what you're saying is right, and is it not fair to say that everybody wants to be loved and always a person? I think Ryan Kent could grow a lot more at us as a club than just disappearing to a film down there and getting kept in the bench. I think it would be good for his career. I think we love him here, and everybody wants to be loved as a player. It would be nice to be loved as a player. I don't think everybody thinks about money, and I think that this is the first club, like somebody said, we made him. You know what I mean? He's comfortable here. He's been at all these different clubs and he's never made it. And I think if Liverpool were taking that boy's career into account, they would maybe take us up in maybe an 18-month loan deal for him. I don't know what the possibilities of that would be. It maybe sounds a bit crazy, but if we can't afford him and he's happy here and he just wants something kind of permanent that sounds kind of semi-long-term, then 18 months would be a perfect for him. He could grow in 18 months so much, and then by that time he'd be 24, 25. He'd be ready for the Premier League then. But let him stay at us, let him grow with us, give him a chance to grow with us. Don't just send him down to a club that's going to pay 12 million. I mean, they sold that guy that was what, £19 million they sold. That's Solanke to Bournemouth for. He's hardly kicked a ball for them. He's going to be an air wasted talent down there. Let him grow with us. Let him stay with us. We love him. So let him stay with us.
On you go, Blue Star.
I'm told that the guy that left the Mankey Mob is very interested in him at Leicester. And as I say, guys, as Stardog just says there, we've given him the profile because he went to 4 sides down there and it didn't work at all. But sometimes I think we're a bit critical in the sense, is he that great? Is he that good? For me, guys, I'm telling you, when he's on his game, he's as good as anything that's out there. The only thing you would take away from him now that he's probably not producing enough goals. But for playing wise, he can go by players as if they're no there. There's no many better that can buy players. There definitely isn't. So for me, like Stardug's saying there, the guy knows that the Rangers fans love him. Some players they take that into account, especially when he's been out on loan 4 times down there. But again, like Jimmy says, it's all going to come down to a package or a finance. If Liverpool are looking for a fee, listen, guys, we can't kid ourselves on anymore. Any club in the English Premiership or Championship, 10 million quid is absolutely nothing to them. You seen it with the guy that was at Aberdeen. For that guy to go for 22 million was absolutely astronomical because he's nowhere near that. And Kent's a far, far better player than him. That's fact.
It's all right to say that, Blue Star, for me, but it needs to be a team that can fit them into their formation. 4-3-3 seems to be the most used set-up in modern football now, and the front three are usually strikers. So what teams are going to fit him in, mate? As you say, he doesn't score many goals at this present time. I'm not saying he can't go on to be like that.
Well, okay, look at us then, folks. We play Candeias. Candeias is basically a winger. That's what Kent is. Who's the most dangerous? There's no comparison if you're talking about getting by players. He's a winger. Teams play wingers. It doesn't matter what the way they look at it is, well, okay, if you don't get the goals out of him, as long as he's bringing in assists for their 2 other strikers or their 1 other striker. But believe you me, 10 million quid, Liverpool would bite the horn off for any team that's giving them that now. And down there, they'll have plenty of suitors. I'll guarantee you, if Liverpool don't think they're out on loan, you wait and see. I think you'll be surprised at the amount of teams that will be willing to take a chance on him without a shadow of a doubt.
Can I come in on that?
Aye, and you come, bro.
I'm trying to echo what everybody said. I think what we're really saying, look, the guy is a fantastic player when he's with the Rangers. He plays really, really well within himself, with our team and around our management and so on and so forth. So I don't know whether if he walked away or if he got taken away by Liverpool and dumped into the under-23s or wherever they put them, or stick him out on loan again in some championship team, whether he'd be able to blossom like he's going to get in a chance. If he gets another season with us and he gets a wee bit of, keeps the pace he's going into now, plus he gets that extra number of games in Europe, my goodness gracious, what an experience for the guy. That'll be 2 seasons he's been with the Rangers, and he's young. He's nominated for Player of the Year and Young Player of the Year up here. Just unbelievable stuff. If you think back to 12 months, where was he 12 months ago? I don't know, maybe with Barry or somebody like that. I don't know. Incredible.
I think we're getting myself a wee bit carried away here. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we obviously all watched and listened to the interview, and I've put it up here. Right, he said he was asked about his future, and he says he does not want to go back to Liverpool and do a pre-season there and then hope that he's going to be put back out on loan. That is something he doesn't want to happen again. He wants something more permanent. Rangers can't offer him permanent, guys. There's no, even at 2 or 3 million, I don't think Rangers could offer him permanent because of the wages. If Leicester City come in and say, we'll offer 5, and they say to his agent, and we're willing to give him £50,000 a week, do you think he's going to go to Leicester or Everton for £50,000 a week? Or because he fits in at Rangers, he's going to come up here and play for 15?
No.
Of course he's no. So I think we're kidding ourselves on. I can understand what Foxy's saying here about he fits in here, what other clubs doing here. I think he could walk into most clubs in probably below 8th in the table. Easy. And that's progression. If he went to Leicester City, it's progression. Obviously, Leicester City's not a bigger club than Rangers, but as I said before, financially they are. So, for me, I think if it's not a loan deal, which I don't think will happen, because I think he's came to the stage in his career now that he needs a permanent move. You can only loan a player out so many times. Right? He's got aspirations himself what he wants to do in his career. And I don't think we can offer him that as a loan player. I think as a permanent player we can. I think there's a lot of other suitors out there who are looking to maybe buy Ryan Kent next season and take him away from us. And that's unfortunate. But we just need to live with that, guys.
No, so what you're saying is that you think he's going to be sold by Liverpool?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think I'm saying what I'm saying on the basis of listening to what the boy said, and it sounded to me as if he was saying, if nothing happens, then I'm going to end up getting sort of loaned out somewhere, and I wouldn't like to go anywhere else other than Rangers. That's what I picked up. I mean, I know I heard them saying he wanted this to be the end of the loan periods, and he wanted a full-time position. Whether it be in Liverpool's first team or round about the first team or somewhere else. I dare say that's what he meant as well.
He was asked a question. No, would you like to be here next season? Of course he's going to say that. He's got to say that, but I mean, the two years were watching the same interview, and at no time did I get the impression that Rangers were favourites to sign him, loan or otherwise. So I've resigned myself to the fact is that unless it's a loan, which I don't think will happen, I think there's going to be money changing hands. And if Rangers come in with $5 million that Liverpool are wanting, if that's a minimum, then and we get him, fine. But I think
put it this way, Jimmy. See if Liverpool were letting him go for $5 million, would you spend that on him?
No,
you wouldn't.
No. I would say 2.5, 3 at the most.
Nah, no get him for that. No chance.
No, that's what I value. But down there, the market is that inflated that players are going for silly money. As we said, you said yourself, Blue Star, about Solanke. So for me, not worth anywhere on 2.5, 3 for me.
Can I just get this into my head? What you're saying, Jimmy, is that Liverpool will sell him, and Rangers could if they offered them £3 million. I doubt very much if Liverpool would take him, because they've slapped that £12 million value on him. Yeah. That's what I was trying to get to.
He's not worth $5 million. For me, he's not. He's not a $5 million.
To the Rangers, he's not worth $5 million to the Rangers.
No, definitely not.
Right, I'll tell you, I think he'll go for more than double that. There you go.
Fair dues, but I don't think that £5 million is good value for money for us.
No, Jimmy, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, I'm saying from a Liverpool point of view. If James Maddison can go to Leicester for $22 million when he hardly kicked a ball up here, then Ryan Kent is worth more than that. That's my attitude.
Hey, 100% right, pal. 100%.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I don't know where Ryan Kent fits in next season into the Rangers side. Unless we're going to play with one striker up front, I don't see where he's going to fit into the side. But we're hoping that Jermaine Defoe will play next season. We're hoping he's probably linking up with Morelos if he's still here, or another striker who could come in. So in the system we play, where does he fit in? I don't care what happens to him once he leaves Rangers. I'm only care about what he can do for us next season if he's here. And I just don't see where he fits into the style we play at the moment.
He fits in, Fox, where he's playing now, out in the wing.
But how do we do that then if we've got two strikers? Where does he play if we play two strikers?
Well, for starters, if you're playing Arfield up front along with Defoe, if our manager brings Morelos back in, then it's Morelos and Defoe up front. Arfield would be dropped, or else somebody else would be dropped from midfield, but he'll still play with a winger. That's a given, because Stevie G hasn't played all season without wingers. So that's the way he likes to play. He likes guys out in the wings crossing balls. And the only one he's been dropping, quite frankly, is Candeas. What did he do with Kent? He brought him straight back in. He wasn't dropped. He dropped Candeas. And Candeas had been playing, and we actually thought he'd done all right. So if Kent's fit, our manager plays Kent in front of Candeas all day long. That's the way he's been doing it.
Go ahead, Stardog.
Would it be fair to say you're a fan of the 4-2-3-1 formation?
No, I'm a fan of our formation of 4-3-3 and its variants, mate. It's only when we play 4-2-3-1, which I hope we don't next season, for the reason is I don't think we need two defensive midfielders.
No, I don't. But
going forward.
I don't. But see if you're deploying wing backs and you're taking wingers out of the equation. Say we don't get Ryan Kent. Say that Davis is just one of the midfielders we're going to get quality wise this summer. Say he wants to build more attacking midfielders and ditch the wingers kind of hang and play the one up front like your husband kind of doing, and just deploying wing backs instead of wingers and letting two drop back into cover.
Yeah.
Well, it would be a huge turnaround for him, Stardog, because he hasn't done it at all. He's always played with wingers since he came here.
I know that, but see, Candace doesn't really come in as a winger. He's made it a right attacking mid, I would say. No,
he hasn't done it at all. He's always played with wingers since he came here.
I know that, but see, Candace doesn't really come in as a winger. He's made it a right attacking mid, I would say. No, winger. Kent's an out winger. I know that. But I don't know. I just sense a change in the tactics. I just think he's edging towards something different with his tactics, because it seems to be more central midfielders he's putting in and round about the striker, and it seems to be working. They seem to be getting on the end of goals and things like that. So
yeah, but he still had the guys crossing in. He still had wingers having that firing in the balls for him.
You've constantly got James Tavernier bombing forward. He's basically like a winger. He's selling to, but he's a right back.
As I say, it's all conjecture. Then it all depends on whether Morelos stays and going for their guys. For me, the big one's Morelos. He would have to change his style of play if Morelos goes, because for starters, he would need to bring in some other striker, and even then, if Morelos stays, I think he would still need to bring in another striker. Do you agree on that one?
I've heard chat, right, and I've seen different forums and that. And there's actually people saying that they would sell Morelos and use half of the money to buy Kent.
Oh, I know, there's hundreds of them saying that, Jimmy.
For me, Blue Star for Ryan Kent.
Absolutely, because Morelos gets goals.
Aye, so I don't see what the Rangers fans, some of the Rangers fans are thinking. And we've all got our own ideas. I'm the same as Fox and where would they play, but I don't want to forfeit. I don't want to just take money for Alfredo just for the sake of getting Ryan Kent. As I say, for me, in Scottish terms, Ryan Kent's not worth $5 million for me. It might be worth $10 million down south, but for me, I don't think it's a road that Rangers should travel down. So I think it's a dangerous road to get in with Kent. $5 million. If that was the price.
I agree.
Anyway, probably we've talked about Ryan Kent there. We've got the same problem with the two young boys that were signed in Jordan Jones and Jack Hasty. Where do they fit in as well? I just think unless we're going to have a drastic change in the formation that we play next season, I don't see where these young boys are going to fit in at all.
Folks, that was my point to you 2 minutes ago, because see if you look at who we've actually got in our books and brought in so far, as in midfield, and by midfield I'm talking about wingers as well. We've got an awful lot, and there's no way. I know we need a big squad because of Europe, etc. But there has to be quite a few of them going to be going out. There has to be. He's not going to hang on to all the midfielders. It's not going to happen.
I think the boy Jones is a natural for the left wing. If he plays as good as he's playing it to Kilmarnock, and in among far better players with more attacking, it gives him a wee bit of freedom to run. He's a smashing runner with the ball. He's a tall, rangy guy, and he's got a good shot on him. So I think he would be a natural replacement for someone like Ryan Kent, if Ryan Kent doesn't want to play for us. If he goes away and does what he wants to do. I really do think that, and I think the young boy Hasty, I said it earlier, I think the young boy Hasty would be a natural replacement for Candace if Candace is sold.
What, Hasty?
Yeah, Hasty. Right, why?
You can't compare him with Candace, surely, Bridgerman.
I think he'd be a good replacement for him. Smashing young player.
I heard you talk. I listened to the archives earlier on. I think it was Blue Star. It said, he's with Allo Athletic, and then he's been Motherwell, and for the life of me, I can't see why he's been included in the short list for the young player of the year.
That's what I said, Jimmy.
I heard you say that.
Why would you think he wouldn't be included?
He had 7 games, Bridge, when he played when he was picked.
Whoa. Young Player of the Year is Scottish wide, right? It's not just the Premier League.
No,
it's Scotland wide. So you've got to consider where he was. He played for the start of the season with Alloa. So he had, I don't know how many 20-odd games with Alloa. Scored a lot of goals there, and then he came back to Motherwell and played most of the games since January and scored a number of goals there. Played very well against us.
I know that, but
make no mistake, he's not a bad player, you know.
Aye, but we said the same about Greg Docherty, and look where he is. He's playing in Shrewsbury. You know, so but that's what I'm saying, Bridgeman. He's in his Young Player of the Year nomination, which for the life of me, I'm not decrying the boy because he's a Rangers man now. But you know, if you're trying to say that he's going to take the Candyman's place, I can't see that. I think he's got a lot in front of him before he becomes a regular at Ibrox as a first teamer. And I'll go along and say the same as Jordan Jones.
Right. I agree with you, Jimmy.
That'll depend how he hits the ground, but two decent signings, decent. I was trying to
say to you earlier, Candias is 30, 31. He's not going to be with Rangers for a long, long time. So there's a natural replacement for him, that young Hastie. Smashing wee player. Whether he gets straight into the Rangers team, it will make no difference. He's going to be the backup and the replacement for Candias. That's the way I see it. And the same on the left side with Jordan Jones. Yes, pal.
Is it not fair to say that we all agreed like a couple of weeks ago that we didn't need quantity in our team, we needed quality? I don't think any of the two of the boys are good enough to win us a league or a season. I don't think they're enough to compete in a season, mate. And I think we all agreed on here a couple of weeks ago we needed quality, no quantity, and I don't think any of the two of them are better than what we've got.
No, they are.
They're young boys for the future, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think they'll feature much next year either. They'll get their turns in certain games, but I don't think they'll be first team regulars.
Well, I have to say, I'm long term watching Rangers, watched how Rangers brought youngsters in, and I'm very hopeful that they bring those two boys in because I think they're very exciting players and they're not scared to have a go at goal. And really, really look the part. Don't get me wrong. I'm trying. I don't know who they are really because I haven't seen them playing in a blue jersey. It's a different game when you see he put the jersey on. You play well against it. Let's see you playing with it well on. It might be a different ball game altogether. But I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to seeing you boys playing. I really am. Well done, Mr.
I agree with you, Bridge. But at the same time, if our manager comes out and says what he did say in those two major interviews that he gave out when he was talking about quality, I'm sorry, for me, he wasn't talking about Jake Hastings. He certainly wasn't talking about Jordan Jones. He's talking about established guys that have been there and done it. They're winners. And that means bringing... That's how I says to you at the start of the programme. Do you think you'll bring more midfielders in? For me, that's not the quality that Stevie G's talking about. If it is, then quite frankly, I would be shocked.
Anyway, I think we've been joined by George. Evening, George. Now, if it comes off your mute, you there, George? There he is.
How you doing,
Evening.
all right?
How we doing, pal?
Aye, a good chat tonight, good talk tonight, good debate we are all going on. But can I just go back a wee bit? I ken you went on a wee bit, Fox, but it's harder to get through here than it is to get through to Clyde nowadays. So I'll go back to unless your name's Jimmy. Sorry, Jimmy. I'll go back to what you were saying about Steve Davis a wee minute ago there, Fox. When Steve Davis came, I don't think I was the only one, but I'll hold my hands up and I'll say I don't want to pay the money that I think Steve Davis will command if we give him another 1 year deal. For what I'm led to believe, I think Steve Davis was basically desperate to sign with Rangers. I think he wanted to come back here. I think he's unfinished business. I think he wanted to play at a high level. Probably Rangers is the level he wanted to play at. So I think that's the kind of guys we need. If you want him hearing £15,000 a week, if that's what it is, I mean, let's pray he can do well because he's played well in the last few games. First couple of games I wasn't too happy with him. The last few games I've been happy. So if we can get a player like Steve Davis who's been in the last few games, we've got a better player on our hands, Fox. And the reason that what I'm saying, why I'm happy about it is because Our club's doing it right now. Our club's bringing a boy in and they're basically giving him a 6-month trial. And if they impress, if it impresses Steven Gerrard, they'll give him a contract, and that's what's happened there. So I'm pretty impressed with the way our clubs went about the business today. The work for Stephen Davis. So I think it's another step in the right direction for our club that has been broken for so long, folks. So I'm quite happy with that. Kenya moved on for that a wee bit, but I'm quite happy with the way our club's done the business for Stephen Davis, folks.
I'm happy as well, mate. I think it's a good deal. A 1-year deal's no crazy. It's no one of these 3-year deals, and we know that maybe he might not cut it next year. We've got to look at that as well. But I think he's got the quality to do well for his next season, and I think it's been a shrewd signing by the club.
I didn't think he had a good start, but I think it was Jimmy that said the other night there, it's maybe news to a few games under him. You're starting to see the kind of player he actually is. And to get somebody that's coming up for the Premiership, you're going to have to pay that kind of money. So I'm really happy with the way that our club done the work. As in going on to the two other guys you're talking about now, the boy Hasty and the young boy Jones, I don't think they're just squad players. The boy Hasty will probably go on loan again to somebody, and that's absolutely fine. I mean, if we can get a bit of quality and we've got the guys still coming through, I don't think they'll ever be, in my opinion, folks, I don't think they'll ever be Rangers players, because where we want to be going and where we want to be taking our club and the kind of what we're want to start with winning, I don't think their guys have got to be there. But we're taking a punt on these guys just in case, because I'm the first to say, I mean, I think we missed out on Lewis Ferguson. He was at Rangers, went to Hamilton, now he's up at Aberdeen. He's probably a couple of £1 million player if you want to try and buy him off of them. So we'll never do that. But we've got a guy for Motherwell now. If it doesn't work out, we'll be able to punt him on. And we've got a guy for Kilmarnock now. If it doesn't work out, we'll be able to punt him on. If not, they might be players for us. So it's a bit of shrewd business and a roundabout way, folks. They're no world beaters, but it's the kind of business I want our club to be doing, if you know what I mean.
Aye. I've got a wee theory on it, mate, why we're bringing in these youngsters. The other day there, we announced that we wouldn't take part in the reserve league next year or for the future. And I think what we're going to do, mate, is see what the under-20s did, was play teams for all Europe and in friendlies. I think we're going to move up to their under-23 sides and take the under-20s to another level, playing against your Ajaxes and Barcelona and other teams that we played last year. I think that's Rangers stepping up the preparation for the young boys.
That could be a good shout, actually, folks. That could be a good shout, actually. I never even thought about that, but that could be a good shout.
And it's to give these people a bit of experience of playing against quality players before they reach the first team. And I think it would help people like Jake Hasty and Jordan Jones. I know they've been playing regularly in the Premier League, but I don't think they're going to get automatic starts, as I say. But to give them experience playing in these sort of competitions that we took up, we were under-20s, I think playing against far better quality than the reserves that they would sometimes play against is great for the club going forward. Do you get any words to say about that?
I'd like to see
Jordan Jones.
Hold on, one each time.
Sorry, pal. Jordan Jones is nearly 25, as you know.
Aye.
Greg Stewart's 29.
That's what I was going to say. We're talking here about players that they're now 18, 19, folks, you know.
They should have peaked now, mate. They should have peaked now. Jordan Jones has only scored something like 2 or 3 goals all season. His stats don't impress me at all.
You know what he does?
Sorry, Jimmy, but the other thing we don't think about as supporters is we see them as wingers with different clubs before we buy them. That doesn't mean that that's going to be the position that Rangers want them to play when they come here. They maybe see the potential in any one of these boys playing in a different position. They're both wingers. The boy Hasty's built like a tank. Could we convert him into an attacking left back or an attacking right back? I'm just thinking outside the box here, you know.
I can see where you're coming.
On you go.
Sorry, guys. Do any of you think any of the players that were brought in, say, in the last month or so, whether it's Jones, etc., do you honestly think that's the quality that Stevie G's talking about? So, because for me, definitely no. For me, if he's talking about quality, they've still to arrive yet, without a shadow of a doubt.
No, I don't think that's the quality players he's talking about at all, mate.
No, definitely no, Fox. Definitely no.
Sorry, Jimmy.
I just think the Colt wise the way to get in. I mean, I brought this subject up last week, and I don't like this idea that we take our players all around Europe and play friendlies and whatever. I'd like to see competitive. Look, you can play as many friendlies as you want. It's all right saying they go away to Ajax and they go to Inter Milan, they go to Real Madrid, blah blah blah, go to Dortmund, and they play against their cream of the crop and they get a good result. But look, guys, end of the day, it's a friendly. We all played football at different levels and friendlies were just to get the cobwebs out. So you can't just keep playing friendlies because you want the competitiveness to start. So we can't have players travelling around Europe all the time just playing friendlies. So for me, I think there's got to be a radical change in Scottish football. And Mark Allen said that. Just today we've seen that the Rangers and the Puddle Drinkers and supposedly 4 or 5 other clubs are now going to withdraw from the reserve league.
Yeah.
You don't see any benefit for it. So then surely we must push for a better system, and that's got to be the Colt thing. I can understand what you're saying, Fox, about making them better players, but me personally, if they're just going to travel about Europe playing friendlies, it doesn't give them any competitiveness for me. It's just like me going out with my 10 mates and going playing football at Knightswood one week and then going down to Edinburgh the next week. It doesn't, for me, it doesn't serve any purpose apart from they're giving them a game of football. They need to have a competitiveness about the game. And if I've no got that, then how do they learn? Certainly no in friendly. So for me, the European travelling thing is no a thing I would like to see return. I would like to see some sort of Colt system that would allow our players to play in a competitive league, mate. That would make them better players by far.
Fair enough, Jimmy.
Would they not try that, Jimmy, and it failed or something, no?
Aye, there's SPFL or whatever they are who's in charge didn't like the idea, mate.
Yeah.
So what about this one, Foxy, you were saying this, travelling over Europe, playing in, what kind of league is that they're going to play in?
It wasn't a league, but we done it with our under 20s, mate, and we done it with the other young boys. It's to give them experience of playing against European-style teams, give them experience of playing against better class of youngsters at their age, and I think it's a good thing. I think a lot of your young players benefited from that. And when you watched the under-20s the other night, okay, we get beat 3-2, but the style of play that they play, mate, is 10 times better than they did 10 years ago, where it was mere individuals. I thought they play like a team now. They've learned to play like a team, these young boys now, and I think it benefits them.
I thought their visits to the European teams, other European teams, had been very successful. Based on what I was reading, not that I followed it greatly, but based on what I was reading, it sounded as if it was very successful. So
what would you call successful though, Bridgeman?
For the experience for the youngsters I was speaking about.
Well, how can that be successful for Rangers?
Because we're making them into better players, Jimmy.
But no. How many? Let's be realistic. Out of these guys in the last couple of seasons, how many of them have came and broke through into be first team players?
A lot of them, Jimmy, have moved up the ladder. We had under 16s playing in the under 18s. We had under 18s playing in the under 20s. So they're moving up the ladder.
But that's no good enough for Rangers. It's certainly no good enough for me as a Rangers fan that I pay my money every week or every season. I don't want to be saying that my money just goes and I buy the tickets every week to support the rising stars and like everybody else. But I want to see these players coming through and getting first team experience, and that's not happening. So for me, travelling about Europe is just taken for a jolly friendly and giving them experience of playing against other nationalities. But for me, it's no competitive football. As I keep saying, I could go and play friendlies every week, but it'd be for a laugh. It'd be for to see what I could do. But unless I go and play competitive football, I'm never going to learn to be a competitive player. So
it's not done the likes of the players like Stephen Kelly, mate, who's now in the periphery of the first team. He's training with the first team some days. He's been on the bench. So they are beginning to see players getting to the age to play. And you've got to have the stature as well, Jimmy. It's not just a case of having the skill.
Yeah, but we're at the moment we're not a team that can do that. I mean, like you, I want success now. I'm tired of the last 7 years. I want success now. Next season, I want to win the championship. That's what I want. And we're not going to do it with sending young boys around about Europe to play friendlies. They need to play competitively to learn how to play in Scottish football. Because if you've said yourself, folks, Scottish football is a hard game to play in. Sometimes it ruins players because of the way they kick us away off the park. For me, I don't think these young boys are going to learn that playing.
We're late for the tunes, mate. I'm just being told, but we've got to build for the future, Jimmy. It's the way we've got to do it. And if the backroom staff think that that's the way to progress the young boys, I'm all for it. Anyway, if you would all go on mute, we'll have a wee tune.
It's a place of great fame. It lies to the northland, and Ulster's its name. It has only 6 counties, but oh, what renown! And its emblem is a red hand, topped by the Queen's crown. Now the Germans came over in the year 41, and they tried to destroy us by bomb and by gun. But our history will tell them of others who tried. Our sons defended Ulster. They fought and they died. If a baby should speak to in his old rebel town, he will speak of our friendship. What can we be one? Just to point to the red hand, topped by the Queen's crown. Say we're side by side with Scotland, and they won't let us down. Like I'm brothers and sisters, that is all chose this one. That is ring to our Ulster, its heroes and sons. And while we are toasting to names we must join, that of William, Prince of Orange, and the thanks of the boy.
And welcome back. We're going to now have a look at the 1998-99 season, which culminated with Rangers winning the league at Celtic Park. But first of all, I want to paint a wee picture, if you'll give me, who's breathing heavy, about 5 minutes here to paint a wee picture of what happened that season. The previous season, Walter Smith decided it was time to part ways and retire. And 1st of May Dick Advocaat arrived as manager for Rangers. It began what I would call the Orange Revolution at Ibrox. The old team for 1997-98 were tiring. We need to revamp the whole squad. So out went Ali McCoist, out went Andy Gorham, out went Stuart McCall, out went Richard Gough. Alan McLaren retired. Brian Laudrup left for Chelsea. Ian Durrant left for Kilmarnock. And so it goes on, down to Craig Moore and Gordon Petrick, who left later on in the year. Rangers set about with Dick Advocaat to spend a total of £36 million, bringing in a new squad of players over the year. First signing was Arthur Newman from PSV Eindhoven for £4.5 million. The next one in the door was Gabriel Amato for £4.2 million. The third signing was Giovanni van Bronckhorst from Feyenoord for £5 million. And in July we brought in Canchelsis, Lionel Charbonnet, Ward Wallace, Daniel Prodan, and then later on in the before the start of the season we brought in Colin Hendry as well to join up at Ibrox Park. They were followed later in the year by Stephen Givash, Neil McCann, Stephen Kloss, Craig Moore and Claudia Rayner. A total rebuild for Rangers. And we were all about to see what Dick Advocaat would provide us in glory terms. We started off badly. I think our first trip was away to Shelbourne, down at Pretton Park. I think that's Tranmere's ground, where after an hour of his first debut with his signings, we were 3-0 down to Shelbourne. Was that a start that you were all expecting, lads? MD?
No, definitely no, Ox. And even after that day games you're talking about, in the league we get beat 2-1 away to Hearts. But for me, the rest of that season, for me in my lifetime, that was the best midfield we've ever had in my lifetime. You mentioned about Gio, Van Bronckhorst, Alberts, etc. That they for me were tremendous. For me, that was the best midfield in Britain at the time, and that was including every English side. They were just tremendous. But no, starting off, I think we panicked a wee bit at the beginning, didn't we?
I did, mate. I panicked when we were 3-0 down to Shelbourne. You're saying to yourself, what kind of crap have we bought here, you know? But obviously we fought back, mate, and won the game 5-3 and finished them off at Ibrox. I think it was in a 2-0 one. But wasn't the greatest of starts. And as you say, once we get beaten the first league game of the season by Hearts, I think a lot of Rangers supporters were looking and say, what's going on here? In you come, Stardog.
I was going to say, Fox, see, all the players you mentioned there, there's one player you didn't mention. We unleashed Barry Ferguson that year and all.
Yeah.
But we didn't bring him in. He came through, mate. He came through our system.
He played for Advocaat straight away, but because Advocaat had watched every single youth game, so he had the Fergusons and brought him in straight away.
That's correct. He did debut that season for Advocaat as well. I was only talking about the money we spent, mate. 36 million.
No, I know it's impressive, but he was some player, wasn't he? All the time coming through. He was some talent, man.
Well, we talk about big midfields. Look at the four he usually started with and look at what we had on the bench. You had guys like Tugai, Claudia Rayner. The midfielders we had at that time were absolutely fabulous. I mean, they were amazing. Every one of them was top drawer.
That was when that season started there. That was, as Fox said, that was the players that all left. You know, that was a 9-in-a-row team that had decided to be split. You know, we came into the 1998 season, and we brought in some great players, obviously. But yeah, like yourself, Shelbourne. I was at the Shelbourne game away. It wasn't a great start at all. We come back. We won at 5-3. And then obviously we went to the Hearts game and we lost. Rod Wallace scored that day. But then we went on and we had a decent run I think we went about nine games before actually, or 7 games, but I can't remember, before we actually lost. So you're picking up on that, but as you said, Fox, it was what we doing here? No, the Orange Revolution, and it looked as if it was going to fall on its face right away, but no. As we continue on this, we'll realise it was a fantastic year, with a lot of ups and downs, and that, especially some of the downs that happened, to different people. But aye, what a team! When you look at the Van Bronckhorst, Wallace, Perini was one of my favourites. Amato, I know, was another. I loved Amato, and we Andre Kintelsis and Van Bronckhorst. Big Albert's a hammer. I could go on and on. Jonathan Johansson as well. He played a good part in that season. He scored a few goals that season. So, yep, it was an interesting season to say the least, Fox.
Fox, we get beaten our first game away to Hearts. Then we had 3 wins. Then we had 3 draws. Then we had another 3 wins. Then we had a defeat away to Motherwell. And then we went 3 wins again. We get beat away to them 5-1. We drew 1 each. And then we went in a run of another 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wins in a row. It was quite a stop-start, but once the players kind of gelled, oh my, for me they were something else that season. They really were.
You know, can I just say, Foxy, that some of the guys' names that you read out there, the Van Bronckhorst, and it's people like that, they're world-class players. They became world-class players. Absolutely unbelievable, the amount of quality we had there. Alberts, probably got a game in any team. My goodness gracious. You know, you rhymed them all off there. It just makes the hair in the back of your neck stick up when you think, oh, these players played for us. Well done. You forget, you do, until such times as somebody sort of jars a memory there, Jimmy, you know. It was just fantastic. But
as Blue Star was saying there, no, we went on a great run, but I do remember we come back down to earth with a big thump when we get beat 5-1 with the Puddle Drinkers.
Yeah.
Remember that game, and I thought, and then we went on and we had a couple of wins and a couple of draws after that, and then we went on a good run. I think we went on about something like
10 games, Jimmy.
10 games, was it?
10 league games we won in the trot, aye.
Aye, so the Puddle Drinkers game was a wee bit of a glitch, but guys like Vidmar as well, I loved Vidmar, you know, and with Neil McCann had a big part of playing that team as well. So aye, well, what a fantastic season. The Orange Revolution had arrived, and it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it was absolutely dream stuff for any Rangers player. I mean, people talk about history and things like that, about memories. Jimmy, they'll never ever take memories like that away from us. I mean, the players that Fox just rained off there. They squads, they teams. I mean, we absolutely I can't really remember. I came with great strikers that season, but I think Albert's finished top goal scorer because I think he scored a few penalties and free kicks. I can't really remember, but I think he did. I mean, that season we were really outstanding. And like I think it was Starduggett said that there wasn't many midfields in the world better than what we actually had. We were so lucky for what we actually had there. And you just mentioned the 5-1 game. It's never nice to take, Jimmy, but I think that's maybe what we needed, if you know what I mean.
Yep, you're probably right, aye.
Ken, I think we maybe needed just that wee kick up the backside just to say, Ken, you're not getting it all your own way. Oh, of course, we were all meant to go right through the full season, hammering everybody, but maybe that was a wee, nobody expected it. At the start of the season against Hearts, nobody expected that, and then we went on a 10-game win and things like that. I mean, that was dream stuff for me. I mean, we spoke last night about the 93 team. We spoke last night also about the 2008 team. But when you actually think about that Van Bronckhorst, who went on to Arsenal and then Barcelona World Cup finals, and guys who were in that midfield, was just outstanding. I can later on in the season we signed Big Colin Henry as that as well. But you mentioned Perini and things like that. Absolute world stars we had there. When I don't think we played the greatest football in the world, Jimmy, but we had world stars and we had a great team, a good manager, and that's things you'll never ever take away from us, if you know what I mean.
I
Do you
mean,
remember the 2 goals, guys, that Amato scored against them?
Aye.
Oh, but
uh,
Don Juan, he was actually on the byline, and he curled it by the nearest post by their goalkeeper, and it still went in the net. I still to this day don't know how he managed to squeeze it in. But Advocat, for some strange reason, just didn't like Amato. He was a flipping brilliant goal scorer. Brilliant. He just didn't get enough games. But
I
then
think-
Johan
know
Miles,
well,
No,
one
they-
at a time. One at a
No,
time,
no,
guys.
again, that really sticks in my mind, and it was against the Sheep, and it was up there. It was either the end of January, we I'll use Bridges saying here, we mollicated them. It was either 4-1 or 4-2. We beat them at Pataudry, and it was an absolute annihilation, a mollication. And Alberts and Chelsea scored that day. I can't remember who else. Parini was it, folks?
Yeah,
What a game that was. I remember travelling back for that. I remember going to a place in Stonehaven. I can't remember much after that, right, but what a day that was.
I think you were talking about top goal scorer. I think it was Rod Wallace was top goal scorer that year. I think Wallace and Alberts was second top goal scorer at Ibrox.
Oh, maybe you're right. But then, folks, for some
He's
reason,
good to right there, aye.
and Alberts is the top goal scorer. But what you were saying there, I mean, you go back to talking about that team. That these times excite me because I was just, for example, when that was happening, I was 18, so I was really right into going to football, never missing a game, going home away, going everywhere. So when that happened, I was really buzzing about it. And you look back at that team, and one thing my father used to say to me, he said, look at that team there now. Obviously, Barry Ferguson came through at the time. Alberts was there, Perini was there. Obviously, the Colin Henry came through and things like that. There was guys on that team and no hated that lot are there. So you can't, when you were going to go up against them, you were always going to have that chance of beating them, even though they had a good team and we had a good team. We had guys in that team that didn't want to lose. Probably they've got in their team and guys that didn't want to lose, and that was a big difference back then. I mean, we had guys in that team that just didn't want to lose against them. Obviously, the 9 in a row team was the same, but when we brought that amount of foreigners in, he didn't think that was going to be the same. But it just seemed to take care, but they just didn't like them and they didn't want to get beat after them. So when they did get beat after them, it was a fair one to take. I really took to that team. I ken it was easy to take that team because they were all world stars, but I think we're so lucky to have their players playing at any team in Scotland. Would have been lucky to have them. And Chelsea's goal against Dunfermline, I think I might be getting overexcited here, folks, but I can't remember if that was that one that season as well, where he took it in the half volley and put it right in the back of the poke. What a goal that was!
Jonathan Johansson scored the other 2, George.
Yeah. Big Advocat made one bad decision that season when he let Gattuso go. I don't think he realised what that boy was going to achieve.
Yeah.
He sold him for £4 million back to Italy. I think it was Salatina or something like that he sold him to. And that was a mistake as it turned out to be in later years, but never mind.
Yeah.
Well, I think Gattuso blossomed when he got back into Italian football and became the big man, the big player that he was, Great, fantastic. We had world-class potential in our squad. See, when George was mentioning the goals against Dunfermline, that just lifted my heart there, George. I love Rangers scoring. I love scoring against Dunfermline. I hate them.
That was some goal that day, Bridge.
Aye. I know we discussed Ryan Kent earlier on. It's just that we were talking there about Gattuso, but I can see similarities there. That we made Gattuso the player he became without a shadow of a doubt. And I think the same will probably happen with Ryan Kent. But yeah, Gattuso was the biggest mistake that I thought that the gaffer had made at that time.
Releasing him?
We're selling Gattuso, didn't we?
We got a lot of money for him.
I know that, but as Foxy said, you'd rather keep your best players. But what a fantastic player he went on to become, and what a warrior he was. Loved him. Cracking player.
I don't think there's very many Rangers fans didn't like him.
You're right,
I have to say, I never dreamt he would be a world star like he was.
No.
Absolute world star, man. Fantastic. Brilliant.
One of the worst, one of the times during that season that I did feel a bit robbed was, do you remember the Parma games, guys?
Oh, aye.
We drew 1 each at home with them, and we should have hammered them. and then they beat us 3-1 away. That put us out. But I mean, when you think of the players that Parma had at that time, our team absolutely it was one of the games you were talking about, Jimmy, earlier on. We absolutely pummeled them at Ibrox, and yet they ran up the park and scored. And if I remember right, it was a guy by known, is it Crespa, Hernan Crespa? It's him that scored, wasn't it?
He was with Spurs or Chelsea or something like that.
He went for them, Bridge. But we pummeled them at Ibrox, and we just didn't get the goals.
Story of life, that one.
Argentinian, how many?
Crespo, aye.
Was it Crespo?
You're talking about the European football there, Blue Star. So we're into that. No, one of my very last trips away from home. I'm going to get this right. It was Bayer Leverkusen, and we beat them 2-1 earlier, wasn't it?
2-1, yeah.
Aye, and then we brought them back to Ibrox, and we drew with them. But
one each.
That was
aye.
Actually one each, and I'll never forget. That was one of the best Rangers performances I'd seen since we beat PSV Eindhoven in Holland.
Do you remember the other team that we played? I'll bet you none of you can remember them.
It was a team for Israel.
It was indeed, Jimmy. Well done. It was a team called Beitar Jerusalem.
Wow.
And we drew one each, and then we beat them 4-2. But the Leverkusen games, Jimmy, they were crackers.
They won 2. Leverkusen were not a bad team at that time, and we beat them away from home. It was a great result for us.
Yeah. But then if you think of somebody that, again, we're talking about class, world-class players, then you go further on and you remember the Monaco game. How good was Van Bronckhorst that night? Oh, my. I mean, that was a world-class performance. The guy was just pure class. But folks, that was some season, as you say, because we started off with a defeat, as I say. It was a bit top start to about half roads, and then we went and on run. We won 10 league games in the trot, and some of the football we played was just majestic stuff.
Aye, without a doubt. Stardog, who was your favourite signing out of that lot that we mentioned?
Out of that lot, you mentioned Michael Moulds. He was there. Well, he was a year after, wasn't he?
He was after that. Aye. We had Marco Negri, I think, the season before, and then he got injured. But could you imagine him and Amato up front together? Jesus Christ!
They'd have been absolute deadly, man.
Amato
can you imagine Negri with that midfield behind him, folks? Oh my!
I always loved Van Bronckhorst. So I thought, see what you were talking about Gattuso. I think out of all the Rangers players out of that era, there was only 2 Rangers players that truly did go on to do better things in Europe and be world class players, and it was Van Bronckhorst and Gattuso.
Correct.
Yeah. When the 2 was just wonderful.
We were only beat once at home that year. In all competitions, including Europe, the League Cup and Scottish Cup, mate. Do you know who beat us? A team that was to finish up second for the bottom, but the only team to beat us at Ibrox. They beat us 1-0.
Hamilton?
No.
Was it Marvel?
No.
Aberdeen?
No.
Johnson?
No.
Dunfermline?
No.
Can't get through them all, surely.
It was Dundee
United.
Dundee United beat us, mate. And I'll give you another brownie point if you can name the goal scorer that day. He scored just before half time.
No.
The same guy. The same guy was second best scorer to Marco Negri the year before.
George?
No, he was Swedish. Give you another hint.
Swedish?
Oh no, that's annoying me. I should know that.
Get that in the lobby. First one to get that in the lobby gets a big round of applause.
For Dundee United he scored?
Aye. And I hope you're no Googling it.
No.
He's Googling it alright.
I can't even remember the game. I can't even remember the game.
Aye, we could beat 1-0, mate. They scored just before half time. They scored.
Bjorkman?
Yeah. No.
Wheels is saying Bjorkman.
No.
Who's the Bjorkman?
He was a goal scorer, mate.
See that game you're talking about there, folks. Again, we went on to Dundee United, but nobody's getting it. But see the Bayer Leverkusen game. I keep going back to this, and I keep harping back to it. And folk probably get bored of me actually going on about it. I think Barry Ferguson became world class that night, folks, when we played against Bayer Leverkusen. That was the night when Roberto and
their manager said he was going to be a 14 mil. He was going to be a world class player or something like that.
That's
Pearson,
right.
Fox.
No. Oh, be good if somebody gets this. I'll put that out. I think the staunchest isn't on Twitter tonight, but the first person on Twitter to get it, I'll send them a CD and you can look at the time they put it up unless somebody in the lobby beats them. Anyway, you just carry on while you all Google away there.
I'm not going to. So, did he go on to have a big career, Fox?
No, but he done well in Scotland.
Right. For Rangers, did they do well for Rangers?
No, he done well for Dundee United. Scored a few goals for him.
I can't even remember a Swedish striker, mate.
I can't anybody. I'm not going to cheat and go to Google, but I can't. I'd rather just have a go at it. But I can't think. I mean,
one of the boys was shouting Jonas Tern. I think that was Wales who said that.
What, playing for Dundee United?
No, I'm saying that, but I don't think he ever played for Dundee United.
I think you should read the question out again, folks. People are saying Bjorklund and Jonas Tern and things like that.
It was a game against Dundee United at Ibrox, and it was the only game we lost that season at Ibrox. And Dundee United beat us 1-0. Who was the goal scorer?
Osman Sow, no.
No.
Oh,
I'm Googling and I can't even get it.
No, there you go.
No.
Osman Sow, aye.
Honestly, I've got them all in front of me, and that's me named the 3 Swedish players.
Aye, well. That played for Dundee United?
Aye.
Oh, maybe I've got it wrong then.
You begin yourself a CD now, Fox.
Right, George, have a go.
Is it Olfison or something?
That's it.
I've already said him.
Olofsson. No, you never.
I did. I swear that was the first one I said. Olofsson.
Aye, well.
But I
don't remember him.
see what you're saying there, Fox. I mean, that season in particular, I think that was when Barry Ferguson did become world class. I mean, that game, I think Bridgman's famous for saying the turn that I can't remember, one of the Rangers boys done it, and that wee Hibs boy, and he's still running looking for snack bars and things like that.
Absolutely,
yeah. But Barry Ferguson done that year, and I think that's when Dick Advocaat said, "I've got a captain in my hand here, not just a good centre midfielder or a good player, I've got a captain in my hand." He just led everything, ripped him apart that night, and Barry Ferguson must have only been Bridgman 20-year-old at that time, Bridge, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, pal.
And he was absolutely world class. I mean, for all the guys to come in, Van Bronckhorst, like all the boys you've just named there, Fox, that Dutch team, and you were asking who was the best player out of them, and you bring in Gattuso, and again, he was there already, but Van Bronckhorst and all these guys, Amato and all these guys. But for me, for to have somebody like Barry Ferguson at the team, was Dick Advocaat must have been so lucky. But you asked who was the best signing. For me, Man United paid 10 million for Jaap Stam, who just played at the World Cup, and we paid 4.5 million for probably the best left back that I've ever seen in my life, and Arthur Newman. I think for 4.5 million, I think he's the best left back I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And when he left us, he could have played for another 3 or 4 years. I think he was just outstanding. I think he's one of the best signings of all time.
Absolutely brilliant guy. I met him in the Bangor at their Rangers supporters dance, mate, and what a gentleman, an absolute gentleman. Absolutely cracking guy. As you say, one of the best left backs we've ever had. Still Rangers mad even to this day.
Yeah.
Does he still live in Scotland?
No, I think he travels over for Holland, mate.
Right, okay, but
still has a house here.
I remember a few interviews he gave after he had left Rangers, he was still working in Scotland. I don't know what it was he was doing, but he said he was still living in Scotland. But yeah,
Alberts is another one. He still has his house. He stays more here than what he does in Germany.
Is that right?
Aye, and believe it or not, he does have a Glaswegian accent. It's quite.
It used to be the funniest accent in the world, didn't
Aye.
it? You think, oh, my goodness gracious, he's taking it on right enough.
What about the shot? The way he could hit a ball.
What would you give to have an Albert sitting waiting to play for you? You know. Oh my God Almighty!
Remember that?
Can we
goal?
get Alberts on a pre-contract, please?
Remember that goal against them when we beat them 1-0 and they put the wall up against us, and he just bent it and it went in like a rocket. Tremendous.
The guy, and not just that, but he could play football as well. You know.
Of course he could.
The thing is, Bridge, we talk about. I mean, they're going for 6 or 7, whatever it is they're going for in a row. We're talking about a Rangers team here who were world class. But the thing is, I mean, I'm not just saying this out of sour grapes. They had a no bad team then, Bridge. We had a poor team when they were going for titles and things like that the last couple of years. We've not really had a team. We've had guys scrambling to get games and things like that. They actually had. I mean, they signed the boy Lambert for Dortmund. That was a European Cup winner and things like that. So we were coming, even though we were a really good team, Alberts and all these guys in the team, Bridge, they had a no bad team as well. So I mean, Scottish football was absolutely thriving at the time. I think Sky pumped a wee bit of money in for a couple of times, and I think it was I'm sure that was the time when it was the 6 o'clock kick-off on the Sunday night was a big thing and things like that. It was a bit of
Blue Bloods just put in the lobby, guys. Advocaat's second season featured the best doing. We gave one of the best European teams ever in Bayern Munich. We battered the post over there twice or something, and we lost Moles that night. Do you all remember that game?
Aye, the keeper.
Well.
Aye.
Well.
We battered them.
Aye.
Alberts' average season in goals was 18.
Aye, he was a terrific player, George Alberts.
Oh, tremendous. Strong as an ox as well.
Anyway, we'll move on to the most important part of that season for me was we went to Parkhead to win the league that year.
Yeah.
What's your memories of 1998? Rangers, Celtic 0, Rangers 3. And that more or less helped to bring us the treble in Advocaat's first year. Tremendous game. It was a Celtic shame game. People comment on it. It was called the shame game, but it wasn't. It was a Celtic shame game where their players, their support, and everything to do with them were an absolute embarrassment. And I can't. Was there ever an outcome to that? They should have had the park closed, mate, shouldn't they? They should have had
phones
their
and lighters
shut
and everything. A referee gets smashed in the head with a coin. You name it. It was all happening there. All happening. Shocking.
Memories of that game, George?
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Honestly, absolutely fantastic. When you go there, I mean, that's probably the argument for going there now and us having all the fans and them having all the fans, folks. I mean, I think it was back and forward. Both teams as good as each other that day, if we're absolutely perfectly honest, until the end of the first half. But when McCann scored and Albert scored and McCann finished the game. But two things happened that day. I was only 18-year-old and I was going to the football drunk all the time, and that's what happened. But I went sober that day. I've never been to an Old Firm game. They're a lot sober before because I was just a young lad at the time, and I seen one of their fans try to fly off the top of the stand as well. I'd never seen things like that before. The atmosphere was absolutely unbelievable. Like you say, the fans going on the park, and I didn't actually realise the second fan was on the park because we were all dancing about, jumping about. We were just loving it. It was honestly, what an absolute complete and utter day. And you come back, just obviously the game had finished, and you come back to the village, and it's a party and things like that because you've won the league and it's massive. You're there, everybody wants to come. The atmosphere was like, and that's probably the argument, folks, for having so many fans at a game, because that 800 at each side and that maybe doesn't make it, but that day the Rangers fans were absolutely outstanding, and that's a memory I'll never ever take away from us. We and Neil McCann ran amok that day, and so did Alberts. We're absolutely different class that day, folks. So we were.
And don't forget, whenever the Dallas gets split, it was after that he gave us a penalty. It's not as if it was
Aye.
before it. And as
Aye,
Fox, you said,
It was a corner
call
kick.
they call it the shame game. It was them that caused the shame, no us.
Aye, without a doubt, mate. You can't say anything else. It was one of the worst displays by a set of fans and players that I've ever seen in an Old Firm game, mate. So it is. As you say, the referee assaulted. In fact, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, who was taking the corner, just got missed by all sorts of
He got
missiles
pelted
as well.
everything, didn't he?
Aye.
It just epitomises what they're all about, you know, just dirty smellies. That's because that's really all they are, you know, the stench after them that day. But it was great to get that result on the day and win the championship, you know.
That was the first time, Jimmy, we've ever won the championship at their park.
Yep. It's just, I'm the same as yourself. I was absolutely mystified and horrified that there was never something done about that. There was no action taken to them regarding the instance of the coin thrown and the Muppet that they decided to go for a wee dreepy off the stand and things like that. They just brushed a wee dreepy. They just brushed it right under the carpet, the same as the coin thrown and the other objects that were getting thrown at the game. It was a marvellous atmosphere. You know, the guys I was there for Partick, it was absolutely tremendous. You know, and the feeling coming out of the ground, everybody, I've been at many games and I've all come out as a mass, just singing and dancing. But that day it was absolutely wonderful. Walking down the Springfield Road.
Were we not kept in that day, Jimmy? If
We
I
were,
remember right, aye.
We were
kept in for about 40 minutes or something, you know.
Well,
I think that was the first time that had ever happened that I could remember.
And that's what a lot of people say. Do you think me as you were marching or even still singing? It was as if it was your fault that Dallas had got hit with the coin and the puddle drinker decided to go for a wee swan dive off the balcony and that. But walking down to Springfield Road, down to the buses where we used to park all the buses, the atmosphere was absolutely tremendous. It was just a mass of red, white and blue, bouncy, you know. A great day and a great night. A great weekend. Never mind a night, but yeah, great memories.
And Dallas didn't just get his head split. They also continually popped in his windies at Dale Park where he stayed at the time as well, if you remember, because that was in all the papers. Blue Horizon just put in the lobby. There was a big shop on the corner of Argyle Street that had the game on continually for easily a month afterwards. Was it Olympus?
I think that was ever since that game that they were always out to get Hugh Dallas bait, and they eventually got him on that email thing. Remember when he sent the joke through it? But they'd waited for ages for that guy to maybe do something, and then they crucified him for a joke, you know. But he was brave that day, Hugh Dallas. You've got to admit a lot. I mean, Neil Lennon got hot in the chest with a coin and went down as though he was shot. Dallas, to his credit, mate, just went down a wee bit and then got up, wiped the blood, went on, carried on with the game, and then 30 seconds later he got his penalty. Absolute hero in my eyes.
Yep.
He refereed the game well that day, folks.
Aye, he was fair, Hugh Dallas.
I thought he was, and I mean, any referee who's just been hit with that, because it wasn't just like you just say that boy getting hit or what one of your fans done to Livingston. It wasn't just nothing like that. The boy took a Dillion right in the face. He was split wide. There was doctor zone in that, and you would have thought that he would have just wanted to get the ball back to the goalkeeper and keep going and things like that. And the first chance it was a penalty kick, and he gave the penalty kick, so he was brave. I mean, it's all right to come out and slag referees when referees are due slagging, but I thought he was done well that day. The Rangers fans were outstanding that day. I mean, the Rangers team that day was just absolutely fantastic. Wanted to win, knew we were going to win. It was just everything about that day was absolutely fantastic. Can any of you remember how many fans we have had that day?
Oh God, no.
No, I remember it being quite a big amount of fans we had there that day.
1,600.
What?
It
No,
wasn't.
I
It wasn't
think
the. It wasn't
Well, I thought it was
800.
a bit.
It was more.
I was
we'd
a bit.
half of the Celtic end, mate, didn't we? We'd
I
half of
think
the
there was a bit
Celtic
10.
end.
I think it was about 9 or 10,000 there that day. I think there was about 9 or 10,000 that day.
I was
Aye.
thinking that day, Jimmy, because see the walk back, like you say, I'm sure we were held in for about 45 minutes.
Aye, we were.
And we didn't want to go anyway, Jimmy. I remember the song.
I would.
And we didn't want to leave. But when we walked out, I always remember when you walk out and you're normally walking out there and it's dribs and drabs and everybody's going everywhere. It just seemed to be like a blue tsunami just going in the same direction. It was absolutely fantastic. And that's the time that I need to come back. We need to start standing up to him and getting days like that back, because that's one that live in the memory. That's 20 years ago today. That's absolutely frightening. That's 20 years ago today. Like.
And
Where did the time go?
McCann that day, he was absolutely immense, wasn't he?
Mate, do you remember their left back? Was it Mahy? Stephen Mahy?
Yeah.
Dude, McCann absolutely tormented them.
Oh, he
sent off and
destroyed them.
everything. Brilliant,
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant.
That was some performance that day.
I used to have the ticket stub. I kept that for years, mate. I think it was about £15 to get in. When you consider what it is now, 50 quid, mate. It was value for money that day. I think it was 15 quid. Is that about right?
It would be about that, mate. Aye.
Aye. Terrific.
See that game, guys. You were talking about how they should have been treated by the SFA and so on. That referee, it was a real badging. There was fans invaded the pitch, running about them and everything. You know that they should have been taken all away. They should have been
twice,
really,
Bridge.
aye,
Twice they
it's
invaded.
shocking. I must admit though, we can't say too much because we threw coins at and hit the linesman not that long ago.
No, we never. I was a Celtic fan. I knew.
I was a Celtic fan. Was I?
Well, the thing is about that bridge, man, right? And I just mentioned that there now, and that's absolutely fine. But we came on here and Bridgeman, Fox and Ox and everybody condemned that fan, and the fan went along and getting
absolutely, yeah,
absolutely banned for Ibrox. He's been banned for going to games and things like that.
It's a secret with them.
They're calling that the shame game. I was an 18-year-old laddie that day, and there was two guys came on the park. None of them were 18-year-old. They were fully grown men, probably Waynes and Grand Waynes and that in the house. Can't hold their drink and can't hold their temper, and they're going the park and they're getting courted off the park. They're the ones that have got these games on a Saturday finished and certain times and that finished. And people need to remember that it's all right when your club does something wrong to stand up and admit it. But they were out of order. Every single one of their fans were out of order that day. Their players were out of order that day, getting sent off and just making it even worse. I can't even. The boy got sent off in the 90th
Reset.
He got sent off in the 90th minute for being a
what
clown
a
as
shock!
well.
What a shocking tackle he got sent off for.
He should have been sent off long before that.
Oh yes,
as well,
yes indeed,
you know?
yes indeed. Big Albert scored a lovely penalty.
Blue Horizons just put on the little bit. I remember paying around £1.80 for Old Firm tickets.
Oh God, can't remember that far back.
A long time ago.
£1.80.
Albert's that day. Do you remember Albert's that day? See when the old school Blues just put it on the now. He ran right up the middle of the park and after his first goal, and he just put his horn into the air with the number 1. Oh, tremendous.
The goals were good goals. The first goal, I think it was Van Bronckhorst, wasn't it? It broke down the left, clipped it into the middle, and Neil McCann lunged at the ball and turned it in. Second one was a penalty.
Yep, Albert.
And then the third goal, I think it was it Johansson that knocked the ball through to him, and he turned the centre half and then waltzed past the Stuart Kerr in goal, wasn't it? Stuart Kerr. Who, for me, should have been sent off and all when he handled out the bolts when McCann challenged him.
Yeah.
You know? But it was a terrific day, and of course we went on to win the treble that year, and a glorious start for Dick Advocaat, eh, boys?
See that time you're talking about him handling the ball outside the box. He caught the ball.
Aye.
When he caught the ball when McCann challenged him, and he got booked for it. Should have been sent off. Should have been sent off.
And see that time, I remember reading an article with Advocaat guys. See the very fact that I think he'd made Albert's captain in 2 games in Europe, And that was a big thing back in Holland, because the Dutch at that time, as you all know, had no time for the Germans. And the very fact Advocaat had made Albert's captain, I can't mind who the games were, but he'd made Albert's captain for Rangers in 2 of the European games, and the Dutch fans absolutely pummeled Advocaat because of that. And he says that he just kept turning into their media and saying, but he's a great player, But he certainly was.
Without a doubt, mate. And then we tried to have a wee joke with him doing the huddle at the end, mate, and he never took well to that at all either.
No.
Waiting the cream puff.
Aye.
And they're still going about it.
They don't like that, do they? They don't like that at all.
You would think they were the only team that done that, you know what I mean?
Was it that game they did the huddle?
Aye, the Rangers players, aye.
Or was it the game with Di Canio? I can't remember, Ferguson and Di Canio. I'm not dead sure which one it was now. I do apologise, guys.
No, we definitely done it at the end of that game, mate.
I'd be happy if they did.
And then as the players left the pitch, they threw more missiles at our players as well,
That's
if
right.
you remember.
Every time they would down the tunnel, they were getting pelted. Every time. Shocking. What a shocking display by their supporters.
And it was it. On you go, Brad, sorry.
No, please, pal, please.
No, on you go.
I was going to say that, and they're still doing it where they get verbal tirades worse than they got then. They get worse now when the players and the team are walking up from the bus to get into Celtic Park. It's nothing short of disgraceful the way they're played, the way they're treated. Shocking, and that should be stopped immediately. That should be the SFA and the SPFL should get a stop to that and force Celtic to put a safe passage, guaranteed safe passage, and get the fans out of the way, because that's no good. No good for the Scottish football. Good for them if they want to do it, you know.
Stardog, you've been kind of quiet. You get in, you'd like to add? Stardog still there?
I am still here, lad, sorry.
And you'd like to add, mate?
I was 8, so I was when that game was happening, but obviously I've seen the DVDs back and that, and Neil McCanty and his goals well, and he was brilliant on the day. I think that was the last. I think they swore after that day they would never play an all-firm game on a Friday again. Is that right? Was that a Friday night game, 7:30 kick-off?
No, 6:05 kick-off it was, mate.
Oh, it was a Friday night, wasn't it?
Okay, was that a Friday night? I don't think so.
I thought they said after that they would never play an all-firm game on a Friday night again because of all the carnage, but I'm not sure.
I don't remember it being a Friday night.
No,
Mind you,
wasn't it-
I was drunk for a Thursday anyway, most weekends back then.
No, it wasn't a Friday. I'm sure that was a Saturday, that game, folks. I think that was
6:05. No, I don't think. No, I didn't. I thought it was a Sunday. I must be the only one that thought it was a Sunday, or did I lose track of the weekend? I thought it was a Sunday. We played at 6:05.
That was the time the Sky had the games then, folks. I'm almost positive, but I think for some reason I think that was played on the Saturday. I ken that was a deal with Sky. They pumped a lot of money in at the time, and it was at the time it was 6:05 kick-off on the Sunday nights. But I'm almost positive that one was played on it was 20 years ago. Didn't I get wrong? But I'm sure that one was played on the
Sunday, wasn't it? It was a Sunday.
Aye, I think I was.
It was
in
a Sunday.
I was in Wood.
Definitely a Sunday.
Aye, the Glasgow Cup game was a Friday night.
Aye. I was in Wood Street before it. Wood Street Masonic, mate. I'm sure it was a Sunday.
Sunday night it was, or a Sunday afternoon.
Aye.
Too.
Sunday night, 6:05, I think it was.
Aye, definitely was a Sunday.
Aye, without a doubt. Anybody else they'd like to add into the conversation?
I liked it. There was a guy we had playing centre forward for us that day. Wallace. Was it Rod Wallace? I quite liked him. He gets sent off against them.
He was a good player, Rod Wallace, for us.
I think he gets sent off. I'm not sure if he get booked or sent off. One of the two anyway.
Aye, he gets sent off. He sent off with the clash with that reset.
Yeah.
And he done absolutely nothing, but what could we do? We couldn't argue because they'd sent off Mahi for doing the same thing. You know, he raised his hand and shoved him. It was just handbags at dawn, but the game was done and dusted, you know.
I love it. I love it.
It was a great day without a doubt. What a fantastic day it was. Just to get it right up them.
I can't beat it getting up with him, Jimmy.
Especially when it's like that. Aye, man, that's 20 years ago, my God. George said he was 18.
He took out, that recess took out Reina in the last minute or last second, 2 minutes of the game left. Recess took him out. That's a shocking tackle.
That's right, Reina, that's right, Claudia Reina, aye.
We got Wallace. We got Wallace in a free, and we get money back on him when we sold him. Didn't
I liked him. He was very effective for what he was. Very effective, really and truly. Yeah, but you know, every year it seemed like every year that club and team have got themselves in trouble on the pitch through whatever they do. They're still doing it to this day. Just look at the game at Hampden with us. And the game at Park Hydrara with us. Absolutely.
I'm watching the pictures of new guys. I'm watching the pictures of new guys. The Rangers players and the backroom staff are doing the huddle. Guess where they're doing it? They're not doing it on the park. They're doing it in front of the Rangers fans. So it wasn't even on the park.
I'll tell you who else made a surprise inclusion in that game. Derek McInnes, do you remember that? Come on with about 6 or 7 minutes to go.
Is that the same Derek McInnes that absolutely hates us?
Aye.
Yeah.
Dear.
Aye. That's right. Aye. Good. Aye.
I see old schools put it in the lobby, and I remember it now, but for the life of me, I couldn't remember them doing the huddle that game. I was thinking it was a game with that crazy person, DeCanio, wanting to twist Ian Ferguson's neck, and Ferguson said to him, "I'll see you outside."
Aye.
It was definitely a Saturday, that game, by the way. I've just checked the other new.
Was it?
It was a Saturday, folks, because I know the deal was 6:05 on the Sundays. That was the deal for Sky, but I didn't think anybody would allow it. So they had it on the Saturday. For some reason, I think it was a 5 o'clock kickoff. I might be wrong, but I think it was a 5 o'clock kickoff on the Saturday, and that was the reason we didn't have games on the Saturday. And it's always on the early kickoff on the Sunday. But I do remember that was the deal, 6:05 on a Sunday night, and everybody was obviously drinking all day. But they wouldn't allow that time, and I'm sure when it was played in the Saturday, I thought it was played in the Saturday because I could always remember coming home and there was a blue night on and things like that. So I always remember that. I couldn't imagine that being on the Sunday. And that was on the Saturday. For some reason, I've got it was a 4 o'clock or a 4:30 or 5 o'clock kickoff. I'm sure it was a crazy time, and I'll never forget that. Like, I was 18 at the time, unbelievable.
I think you saying you were sober, George. I think you're wrong, mate. I think it was definitely a Sunday, mate.
I'm running it through a calendar now, and it's telling us that May 1999, Saturday, 2nd of May was a Sunday.
Yeah.
Aye, there you go.
Yeah.
Here's one for you, folks. Blue Bloods just put on, taken from the Daily Record front page, referee Hugh Dallas hit with a coin, thrown from the crowd. The crowd. Know what I mean? The crowd.
Look.
They're still the same yet, aren't they? They're still
exactly,
the same yet.
Bridge.
You know,
exactly.
You know, football fans. Football fans. Right, okay. And they keep mentioning the Old Firm, you know, after the Old Firm game, football fans fighting each other after the Old Firm game. You automatically think it's both sets of fans. Nothing short of disgraceful.
Well, that's not going to change in the way the politics and the press in this country are, mate, innit?
Did you hear the story that we might be going in for this boy for Mason Johnson, the goalkeeper?
No, I've not heard that.
Xander Clark. There's a story broke. There's a story broke at Follow today saying that we might be interested in him, and I thought, well, for me, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I still like Big Wes. I think he's a decent backup keeper.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, but if in 2 years' time, 3 years' time, Griggsy will want to sort of wind down a wee bit, won't he? I would imagine. We might want to wind
Unless
down a wee bit.
Big Wes wants to leave himself, maybe he wants to start playing first team football. But I would like the big guy for Aberdeen. I think he's a good keeper, mate. His contract will be up in a couple of years, or a year or 2 years. I'm not exactly sure what it is, and I think he's a terrific big keeper myself.
He's a cracking goalkeeper.
Who's that?
I seen one today, Fox.
Joe Lewis.
Aye, Lewis is a good gin, isn't he?
Aye.
What was that, George? What was that one, pal?
Seen one today that Hamburg have made an inquiry for to take Liam Kelly for Livingston, the boy we had.
Oh, right, okay.
At Hamburg, and he's had a good season. He's had a really good season, so I seen the day they've made an inquiry just to see his availability, so that'd be a massive move for that laddie.
George, somebody's just put in the lobby that the Tims are in for him as well.
Oh, there you go then, aye. So, but I seen it on one of the things on Twitter today, so he's had a good season, didn't get me wrong. I think the Aberdeen boys had a good season. I think it's always good to have two big goalkeepers at your club. I think McGregor will do us for another full season anyway, but if we get anything else out after that, I think we've got to start looking now and get the guy ready to play for us pretty soon. Like if that's what's going to happen. Like I think
Lewis signed a 5-year contract with the Dons yesterday.
Rangers lawyer just put that in the lobby there. Aye, you can see that. Aye.
Anyway, guys, I'm afraid to break the bad news, but we've come to that time of the night.
Oh damn!
I want to thank everybody that took part in the panel there. Bridge, who'll have something to say before the end. George, Blue Star, Jimmy from Knightswood and Stardog. Thanks to everybody in the lobby for taking part in what we were taking, and thanks to everybody listening on whatever platform that you're listening on. So
can I
over
just
to
say,
you.
Fox, remember City Bridge have a good holiday.
Oh, aye, he's missing tomorrow night. Have a good time, Bridge.
Aye,
but
for
tomorrow,
a few nights maybe.
tomorrow, Big George will be stepping into first place here and taking over the show. Good luck to Big George tomorrow, and I can have a rest. Anyway,
excuse me.
On you go, Bridge.
Oh, can I just say, what a night, marvellous night. And as the guy said, to everybody, I'm going on holiday. I'm away off for 10 days or 12 days on a wee nice wee cruise. It's my golden wedding. We're having a belated celebration, my wife and I. So we're away. So, but can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particular Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, everybody, please, huge game coming up at the weekend, massive. We've got to beat the High Bees. Keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers need us. Just keep it going.
And it's good night for all us here. See you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.